Hello, everyone, and welcome to Inspiration Morning Live. I'm having a quick start here. I am so glad that you're with me today, and it is Friday, and I'm so happy to be here. I love Fridays. I love the weekend, though my work week is kind of it's a mishmash of days, and I'm going to fix my curtains here so it gets out of the picture. I'm going to fix my camera here too. I was making a cup of coffee and I got lost in thought, and I'm like, it is time to go. And I am on my second cup of today. It is a 2-cup morning, and I am glad that you're with me. And you know what I want to talk about is, when we have dreams, when we have a big dream. I think that's an amazing thing. And on Inspiration Morning over the past bit, I have been talking about dreaming big and goals. And, it's because, stay with me here. My mouse isn't working. It's because I really love dreaming big. I love new beginnings, and I love fall, and you'll see me. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Feel free to give me some hearts, some thumbs up. I really appreciate those. When the change of season comes along, you'll always hear me say, oh, how I love fall. It's a new beginning. And it really is. For me, it really is. I love the change of seasons. And with the change of seasons, for me, comes many unique and beautiful things to experience. Like with summer, it's the warmth and the blooming of the roses and, getting the garden going. And when fall comes, it's the reaping of what's in the garden. And I just got some amazing squashes from my cousin. And, it's all kinds of wonderful things like that. It's the chills in the air. I get to put on sweaters again. I live in sweaters, as you probably noticed from early in the spring. I have my gray sweater, which I love, and I have I like being cozy in them. And, it's easier to go take long walks because I don't get overheated. I don't have to worry about the dog getting overheated. Those beautiful things I love about fall. And in the winter, there's nothing better than, a snowstorm and being snowed in, a pot of chili and stuff. So there's many, many big things about that. And what does that have to do with dreaming big? Well, it has to do with new beginnings. It has to do with the pursuit of goals. And I do think we all need big goals, and we need to be going after something, because I help people who are going after their passion. And when you're going after your passion, when you picked a new goal, sometimes you get a little bit of resistance. And I haven't talked about resistance in depth in quite a while, but resistance is many things. It is, you have this big, wonderful goal ahead of you, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can't do this. It's the anxiety that sets in. And maybe you don't call it anxiety. Maybe you call it butterflies in your stomach. Maybe, it's whatever you put in front of you, or your mind sees whatever's in front of you that stops you from pursuing that goal. And I love having big goals. And I talk about this because I get stopped too. But I think for me, when I was thinking this morning, I count my blessings. I have a gratitude journal. I believe in gratitude. And I think in counting our blessings, it not only allows us to see the goodness in our life and, everything that we are blessed to have, it allows us to see, what we've done, what we've accomplished, and that we have, and that we can. When you have a big dream, and counting your blessings, you're looking back and you're going, all those wonderful things are mine. I have achieved them. I have worked for them, or I have these amazing things in my life. And no matter how you feel about yourself, you have those, you've achieved them. And I think you need to look on the good stuff, because we all have bad stuff. I think that's a universal thing. I have failures, but and sometimes I count my failures and my blessings. Sometimes they've taught me something that I didn't want to learn, but I needed to. But I'm not talking, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole, because for me, that's an easy thing to do. But I think with dreaming big, and you're kind of like, now what, I think it's time to move on to the pursuit of that goal, and to not let resistance get in your way, to put the list out and to work forward. And I'm doing something now that I haven't done before. And it's not the easiest thing, but because doing something the first time is never truly easy. There's always more things that you didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. And in having this big dream and having the goal of what I'm working on now and how I'm moving forward, I for lack of a better word, I'm not letting the resistance get in the way. There's many stumbling blocks and there's many things I have to learn to work through. And technically there are things that I have to do. But I think we're all that way. And I think in big dreams and big goals, I think understand that everybody goes through it. Everybody goes through the ups and downs, and figuring out how you're going to go forward to the goal is the most amazing thing. I think it's something that you need to enjoy. You need to understand who around you is going to support you. But you also have to know it comes from inside. I, being the youngest child, when you are the youngest child, you get the coos and you get the likes and you get the accolades just from being the youngest. You get, this is my kid sister, that, there's a lot of things from being the youngest that you get and you kind of learn to rely upon. And in going for some of my goals that I've had in the past, I've had my family go, yeah, cool, right on. And I'm not saying that I don't have it this time, I do, but you rely upon that. And that is one of the tools that I wish I didn't have. I wish I didn't. Well, I do wish that I have the support that I have, but that I didn't rely upon it so much. And, I had a conversation earlier this week, and, that's kind of what we talked about being the youngest in our family. And that is something that it feels good to have the attaboys. It feels good to have the, way to go. It feels good to say, have somebody being proud of you and bringing you along. And so but it's just something that you don't always have. I can't always explain really in depth unless it's to somebody amongst my peers of what I'm going through. Especially with this new project, there are certain things with the hosting and with the autoresponders that I'm working on that it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's okay. And then and also within my client work, there's some things that, I sign a non-disclosure and I just don't talk about. So I'm finding with my big dreams and pursuing those big dreams and those big goals that, it is just me. It is just me that I have to rely upon. And it's that way in everything, truly, in many, many ways, for almost all of us. And then for some of us, we don't know exactly where we're going. We know we have the good job. It's a part of us over here. But as long as you keep moving forward and you keep, pushing forward, I think that's a good and amazing thing. I think within our goals and in dreaming big and the now what's, it's just keep going forward. Make the list, break it down, and expect lots of resistance to get in the way. I truly do believe that. I need a sip of my coffee. All right. I do enjoy, being here in the mornings with you. I am glad to be here. And I do like talking about what I have on Inspiration Morning. With Inspiration Morning, I started that because years ago, I needed the reminders. I needed the community to be able to come together and find that inspiration to, 8 years ago when I started this, the recession was on it. People were losing their jobs and I wanted to go in new directions. I had lost my job to the recession and So Inspiration Morning for me became an expression of my optimism for the future, of my I'm not giving up, of I'm going to figure out my way through this, of my thank you to those of you who support me. It was, it was a huge learning experience. It was like the big dreams and the goals that I have today, that I decided I wasn't going to give up on 7 years ago. And that's why I started Inspiration Morning, because I've always, in many ways, I'm an optimist. And I think there are some people who are pessimists, and that's how they work, and that's good for them. I think as long as we are figuring out how to pursue our dreams, how to go forward, then that keeps us, I think that really just keeps us learning, engaged, interesting. I'm not saying I'm interesting. I don't know that I am. But I think that's how I find other people interesting, and that they are engaged, that they are wanting to move forward, and they're happy with their lives. If you have any thing that you would like to, any comments, feel free to put them in the comments within Facebook. If you want to join in the conversation, if you have big dreams that resistance keeps getting in front of, or you're not sure how you're going to do it, then, feel free to put it in there. I know that pursuing a new dream isn't easy. And sometimes it's hard for us to tell people, because they may make fun of us, or they may not see us in that particular way of having a type of a dream. It may break people's mold of you. So feel free to put that in the comments. If you have any comments, feel free. Please give me some thumbs up. I really do appreciate those. Give me some hearts. I appreciate those too. And if you feel that this, Inspiration Morning Live has been valuable to you, has been helpful, please feel free to share it. Maybe somebody else is going towards big dreams and goals, and resistance is getting in their way, or whatever we call it, gets in their way. Feel free to share it with them. Feel free to put your comments in the comment box. What are your biggest challenges? What are your biggest challenges with your dreams? What are your biggest fears with your dreams? The project I'm working on now does go into some of that, but I want to look more on the optimist side of it. Is, within your challenges, what challenges do big dreams bring up? Does it bring up fear? Does it bring up anxiety? Let me know. I really do appreciate, your help and hearing from you. All righty. I'm going to take a listen to my coffee. Okay. I want to say thank you for joining me. And I think in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be coming up on my 100th Inspiration Morning Live. And I do appreciate those of you who watch, and I know a lot of you watch in the replays, because our schedules don't always mesh, and I really do appreciate that. And I've struggled with the how do I get started with going after my passion, and it's always a journey. That is the biggest thing I can say, is it's always a journey. And those of you who are on a big journey now, take some time to, just for yourself, take that moment just for yourself. And I want to say thank you for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you on my next Facebook Live. Alrighty, ta-ta for now. Have a great weekend.